Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm the Grace Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Monday, October 20th, 2025. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? Can I please have the first two cards in our 5-card spread? We've got the Empress in its upright in combination with our 5 of Swords in its upright. Now, let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about this energy here. Because what we're effectively seeing, and I want to kind of stress this, is grounding through energy right now is key. Because the thing about the thing about the energy that we're experiencing, and I want to describe this, especially given the fact that we've got Neptune about to move back into Pisces, it can create a lot of emotionality based upon the past, right? We talk a lot about this here. It's hard to let go of the past, but we also talk about the fact that when we're in a healthy space, like, it's not the fact that we let go of the past. It's not the fact that we grip the past too tightly. We hold the past with an open palm. We identify and recognize what it is that we're working on doing better. We allow for that sense of adaptability. And so I feel like, there's something that's really beautiful that we potentially see that's happening right now in relationality to this energy. And I keep on seeing it has a lot to do with the expansiveness of being able to articulate and identify the space of being, I keep on hearing, the being energetically kind to the self. Now, this is really important, okay? Because the thing about a lot of scorpionic energy, and I like to describe this as, and this is often why we talk about those with Scorpio placements have like a very interesting relationship with the mysterious. Because, when we go through, and it also has to do with the fact, and I need to kind of describe this, and especially if you felt like I keep on telling everybody, if you felt like there's this like deepening level of dread that may have occurred over the last week or so, I would just like to let this be your subtle reminder that Pluto is now stationed direct in Aquarius. Okay, and the joke about that is the space by which I articulated that this whole time that Pluto was in retrograde, I was like not worried about Pluto being in retrograde, because I kept on describing that Pluto being in retrograde is like a haunted house in the summertime. Right? It feels like it's almost like that feeling of something not working, like something feeling energetically incongruous. But when we identify and articulate when Scorpio goes direct, it can create a lot more of that feeling of energetic dread. So, and it's not, I keep on hearing, it's not the space, like our own ability of working through that modality, like our own ability of kind of like, I keep on hearing, like working, like pushing, like moving things forward in such a way that allows one to be able to do something in an effective space. The hardest thing I want to kind of articulate right now is like, and I want to describe this. If you feel like that feeling of dread just came on a few days ago, it has to do with the fact that Pluto's gone direct. Okay. and allowing that, I keep on hearing, when we feel dread, we become energetically comprehensive, right? It's the space by which we articulate the meaning of something, or the space by which we amplify or navigate something in such a way that I keep on hearing, it allows us to feel anchored, right? And so I feel like this is something that I would kind of like to articulate right now, especially especially given the fact that we see that we've got the Empress card with the five of Swords, and it's upright. I also need to take the time to articulate, because when I see the Empress and the 5 of Swords and it's upright, that says to me, remembering that closure is an illusion. There's never been something that creates closure. Like, the way we find closure is by building into the present. The way we find closure is by grounding firmly in the present. Because often, and the reason I keep on seeing this is, again, the fact that we've got Pisces the fact that we've got Pisces going, the fact that we've got Neptune going back into Pisces, it can create a lot of that energy of reminisce. It can create a lot of that energy of nostalgia. So the space by which we navigate, like keep wondering, we navigate nostalgia with a firm resolve that the present is where we go to fix things. I feel like it allows, and that's what I mean about that Scorpio energy being positive, so long as you're navigating it with a state of pragmatism, right, with a state of adaptability. Now, for the energy that is, this is having a big impact depending on where one finds oneself on the frequency cycles. And I'm going to start by talking a bit about this energy in separation, because the energy in separation right now, it's very complicated to read upon because I've got 3 different phases of energy in separation. Now, I do see some restoration that's happening in relationality to some of the work in separation. But I keep on hearing that healing feels like the space of deep friendship. It feels like the space by which another is able to articulate upon just how much something meant to them, is what I keep on seeing. There's something profound there in terms of those conversations, because I keep on getting it's the space by which another person talks about another's profoundness. And I keep wondering, the conversations that we have in relationality to profoundness are often articulated by another articulating that they found themselves. And when I keep on hearing, often the space by which we find ourselves, we amplify or articulate like what it is that we've been working on doing in a better way, or how we've been working to change something. So I keep on hearing there's a lot of that hashing out. But it's saying to me the hashing out in the best way possible. Now, this brings us to the spaces of the energy right now working through the sealed separation. Now, the reason I keep on seeing that for a lot of those energies working through the sealed separation, it's the affirmation and knowing that one is going in the right direction. Because I keep on getting, if these are energies that have been in separation, and in the time that they've been in separation, they've been thinking upon the things that they've been emotional in. And they've been finding that validation of the self. They've been coming into the space of honoring the self. Then those modalities, I keep on hearing, it's not enough for someone just to come back. It's a healthy manifestation isn't about someone coming back. It's coming back transformed. It's another person being able to articulate and identify what has changed. And that's why I keep on seeing, if these are situations where this retrograde cycle's bringing back situations from the past that haven't changed, it's the lack of change that is reaffirming the energetic commitment and relationality to the direction that someone's moving in. And I keep on hearing there's a lot of feelings potentially coming up. There's a lot of that emotionality. There's a lot of that force of intention potentially feeling energetically triggered. I keep on hearing being triggered by a lack of another person's changing is what I keep on getting. But I also see like that is the space by which the energy just reaffirms the energetic commitment and relationality to the manifestation goal that they are working towards. Now, this brings us to the energy that is building into relationship right now in separation. And wow, look at these cards right now. We've got the 5 of Swords with the 6 of Swords, confirmation. Something very funny is happening right now to the energy that is building into relationship. Their manifestation goals feel like they match too much, is what I keep on seeing. I told you, these are moon partnerships coming together. So they're navigating each other with a healthy sense of cynicism. So they're seeing that similarity or that energetic kinship and relationality to a mutual manifestation goal. And they're feeling the validation of it by going into one another's history. I told you, in order to go forwards, they have to go backwards, right? The ability to speak upon the past that reaffirms how they found one another is how this energy is anchoring into new partnership. Now, talking towards those temperance relationships that are moving into divine union right now, and for our purposes, remembering those were the relationships that were coming together between the time of Uranus going retrograde up until the time of the solstice period. 2 cards, please. This death card was bottom of the deck in our recent read, as well as the 5 of Cups in its upright. A lot of 5 energy already on the table. And the thing about the 5 energy is volatile. Like I gotta tell you, like the thing with fives across the spreads, whenever we see fives in tarot, like it's not. It's like, I'm never like, oh goody, a five. It's like it can often talk about the energetic frustration, but I also like to point out five is a number of refinement, right? It's when we recognize that things are less than ideal that we're able to identify and come upon a new ideal. And the thing that we saw that I need to stress that was very impressive about our recent read, and if you want to see it, you can actually go back to the stack. You'll find it up there because I post the photo, is that we had a new 10. We had a new 10 that was effectively appearing that was in that read. And it was a combination of the 9 of swords with the ace card. Now, the thing about that is, it's like often the space by which we understand how we navigate towards a manifestation goal, right? Because, and it's a conversation, and I keep on, and this is what we work upon. The reason when we are working towards a manifestation goal, the reason that we can't be hard-headed about it is because when we're hard-headed, we don't see things, right? When we're hard-headed, or when we're in the space by which we're intense, like we're forcing our energetic intention into things, it doesn't allow something to blossom or to energetically flourish, right? And so the thing that we effectively see, and I feel like even in the space by which we understand, and I got to tell you, like, we're going to go through this right now because this is a lot of that work that we were articulating in relationality to the energy that's coming into divine union right now. Those temperance relationships that we keep on seeing, the space by which the energy is working through it, I keep on getting that the observation of, how do I describe this? That I need to keep on, I keep on looking for a word to describe the energy that we see is happening for the energy that is coming into divine union. Because for the energy that is coming into divine union, I keep on hearing they're going through an expansion point. They're going through that solar plexus awakening. But then in the space by which they're going through the solar plexus awakening, I keep on saying they're working to actively control the heart space. And the reason that they're working to actively control the heart space is because they're working through a Neptune lesson. And what is a Neptune lesson? A Neptune lesson is basically the space by which you understand that, and the best way I can describe this is I keep on getting that these temperance relationships, they have been through a lot. They've been through a lot. And they've healed through a lot. And the space by which they've been through a lot and healed through a lot, they've put away some trauma. They're over it. They're done with it. They don't center it. It's in their past. They're bringing it back forth to counterpart, not in the space by which they feel they need it resolved, but because they're starting to share more. And so for the space by which a counterpart is getting the full dose, if you will, of the energetic trauma that another person went through, right? The full force of that is all I keep on seeing. The modality or the sensitivity of recognizing and identifying that. And at the same time as experiencing that, working on their own desire to put energy towards it. The feelings that are coming through, like the feelings that are coming through, and wanting, like they're going through that in real time and wanting to do something about it and having to stop themselves because they're going through the Neptune lesson that says you don't touch Neptune stuff. Because if you touch Neptune stuff, it becomes your stuff, right? The past does not stay the past. If you touch it, it becomes the present. And so that's what I keep on hearing. They're sanctifying the partnership because they're holding the way the counterpart carries something preciously. So the space by which they're honoring the journey of the counterpart, by honoring the healing journey, they're building sanctuary into relationships. So they're sanctifying the partnership. But it's not easy. It's requiring, I keep wondering, it's requiring a lot of, I keep wondering, fortified expansion is what I keep on hearing, right? It's I keep wondering, it's holding something that they would typically not hold in a way that they wouldn't typically hold it. That's leading to a lot of that empathetic expansion upon it. Now this, and I would even say that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense with Neptune going into Pisces. It's like building into the it's a lot more. It's like it's working through the empathy of counterpart, is what I keep on seeing. Now, for the energy that is deep within divine union right now. And this is what I mean about the complication of these readings. They're going through Saturn lessons. These are those magician partnerships that were coming together between the time of the solstice up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune. We got 2 cards out already to clarify upon this. It's complicated. They're going through a fast awakening. They're going through a maturation process. They are growing up very quickly. And clarification, boom, yep, there it is. Clarification between our Empress card and our 5 of Swords, the Devil card in combination with the 3 of Swords in its upright. And the thing that we're seeing there, in relationality to that energy, how do we describe this? The thing that we're seeing there in relationality to the energy has everything to do, I keep on seeing, something that's happening in the present outside of partnership is having a fundamental shift in terms of how someone in relationship is seeing a relationship outside of partnership, is all I keep on hearing. And every time I read into this energy right now, the song of that maturation process, the song I just keep on hearing is healthy energy wants to see us steadfast. Healthy energy wants to see us steadfast, which is the space, I keep on getting, the space by which another recognizes and identifies or feels energetically stable in partnership. It is, I keep on hearing, when you see energy outside of relationship, not carrying it in that way, it's something I keep on hearing, it's painful to see, but better to see it. Right. And I keep on getting, like, for a lot of the energy, it's like I keep on hearing it's hard, because the song you will hear when you're going through a maturation process is you're going in the wrong direction. I literally see some relationships right now where they have never centered into a partnership like the one that they're currently in. They've never felt better. And someone else outside of relationship has never been acting worse. And I keep on seeing that's very telling. It's very painful when one experiences that, because it's working through the amplification of feeling like one is maturing beyond a circumstance or situation. Now, this brings us to the energy that is, again, moving into, like, in separation. Now, remember, and this is what was wild about it, because remember how I said that for some of those energies working through those Saturn lessons, they're not touching something. They're giving something time. I feel like I literally, like, I almost see some energy hoping, like they're giving someone the gift, they're giving someone the gift of proximity. And at the same time, they're hoping that Saturn can take care of that, which is the space by which, again, when you're going through a maturation process, you can't affect the way another person feels, but you hope the day comes that they themselves go through a maturation process so that they too can understand. And what's wild about this is the energy in separation, one of the phases that we're currently seeing. Some of those energies in separation are receiving apologies of that nature. Clarification, 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords in its upright. 1 card to clarify. Yeah. Look at this. Look at that I owe you an apology energy. You see that? This is what I meant. And I keep on hearing, and I got to describe this. For some of the energy in separation, all 3 of these things may be happening at once. All 3 of these things may be happening at once. I see some energy right now that may be working through the space by which they're building upon healing, having someone come towards them and articulating upon the fact that they owe them an energetic apology, being able to identify or articulate upon something, talking about how much they've changed, talking about potentially the ability to see something that they couldn't see before in the space by which their judgment was clouded. And I keep on hearing it's almost like the space by which another person, like I keep on hearing it's like another person talking upon the past distortions of the self. Now, this brings us to, and I keep on hearing for a lot of those situations, I don't even see somebody doing that for the sake of trying to heal a relationship. I see someone doing that for another because they feel like they owe it to them. Like that is the level. Like I don't know what this is I'm seeing, but that is the level of mortification I see that another person may be going through in relationality to their own healing journey, right? Like I almost feel like I see this. It's like I keep on hearing it is like the exhalation of it is like the exhalation of an apology, hoping to be energetically free of something. Because I keep on hearing this energy saying, I'm not articulating this for the sake of being able to fix it. I want you to understand the full heft of that journey, is what I keep on seeing. Like I don't know why I'm hearing energetic conversations with some energy and separation, like articulating to another person, almost articulating upon the fact that they've healed so much, that something that they energetically used to hold feels unconscionable, is what I keep on getting. Like that's what I mean in relationality to like that space of healing. Now at the same time that is occurring, right? And I keep on seeing in those pathworks or those spaces, I keep on getting there's something lovely happening, because I keep on hearing somebody's giving that to another to help another feel energetically affirmed on their journey. It's like a lot of this I keep on hearing. It's like, this is yours. Now, for the energy that is coming, like the energy that is building into the closing out of an energetic cycle, everything I keep on seeing in relationality to the closing of that energetic cycle has a lot to do with the opposite of that occurring. Remember how I said the unifying factor right now for all the energy and separation has to do with the impact or the import or the power of transformation. And so I keep on seeing that for a lot of this energy in separation, I keep on getting that there's some of this energy that is not getting that in separation. They're getting someone coming back to check if someone still feels emotional about something. You know? Like, oh, are you still in your feels about that? I keep on hearing the dismissiveness. I keep on hearing the dismissiveness of not respecting a healthy trigger, is what I keep on hearing. The dismissiveness of not respecting a healthy trigger is what is potentially, like I keep on hearing, is what's potentially like creating a point of, I keep on hearing creating a point of closure. Because I keep on hearing, remembering that trauma builds triggers in weird places. But this is also, I keep on hearing, this is also why we don't lash out at each other. This is also why we don't, I keep on hearing, this is also why we don't energetically snap. Because when we energetically snap, it indicates a trauma that's in a trauma that is in a trigger that's in a weird place. And this is why we see that we work to heal this. Because I keep on hearing, when we have traumas in weird places and we get energetically triggered, and this is why we talk about the work to heal. Because the observation of feeling triggered, to be able to articulate the fact that we feel triggered, but not allowing the activation of the trigger itself, like that allows us to be energetically reaffirmed. And this is what I keep on seeing here. Like, and it's a continuation of this. There is a disambiguation that's happening right now for some energy and separation between one person looking at someone and feeling like they're emotional, and another person looking at something and recognizing that they're not emotional, that they're feeling triggered because of a standard by which they can articulate upon it. And so everything I keep on seeing there, it's frustrating. And I keep on seeing the energy feels frustrated but fortified, because I keep on hearing that the observation, I keep on hearing that these are relationships that are moving away from, I keep on hearing their relationships that are moving away from relationships that require them to go numb in order to maintain the connection, right? Because I keep on seeing that space of numbness. I keep on getting I keep on getting the difference between feeling energetically stabilized and the difference between feeling energetically disassociative is the observation of something that used to bother the self and being able to observe it and see it versus the space by which one feels energetically like volatile through it. And so I feel like there's something really beautiful about this because I keep on seeing like for some, I keep on getting like I almost like I keep on hearing it's good grief. Is what I keep on getting. It's good grief. Like the energy right now in separation is feeling grief, but it's good grief because they're not overly internalizing upon the grief another is bringing to them. Is what I keep on hearing. They're like, I feel grief. That is my grief. That is my grief. That this is my grief. That is their grief. They're creating grief, and like that observation. I keep on hearing that observation of another person creating energetic grief is like I keep on seeing like that is what's allowing for that modality by which, like I keep on hearing it's a modality by which another person feels energetically fortified by something. Now, continuing to get clarification between our Five of Swords, the Six of Swords in combination with our Death card. Can I get one card to clarify? We've got here. So many fives, man. But I gotta tell you, I like to see a five. I like to see a Five of Pentacles in its reversal. Because I gotta describe this. The Five of Pentacles in its reversal, and we're gonna talk about and I gotta stress this because this has a lot to do as well with both the new relationships that are coming together, as well as the relationships that are moving deeper into divine union. Because I keep on seeing that the force of intention by which we recognize and articulate upon what it is that we're trying to do better. And I keep on hearing it doesn't require perfection. It requires the observation of working tirelessly towards it. And this is often what we talk about because, you know, the space by which, and this is why we talk about the trauma in terms of holding too high a standard in relationality to perfection. Because when you are, I keep on hearing when you're looking for perfection, right? When you're too focused on what you think perfection is, you don't see the universe working tirelessly to help the self, is what I keep on hearing. Like there's something really, and I feel like there's something about that's coming through in relationality to the energy that is in separation, but also the energy that's moving into divine union. Because I keep on seeing that the observation, like the force of expansion by which we understand and we build into the context of another's intention. I keep on seeing that when we're too energetically demanding, we forget to identify or observe the space by which another is working to energetically assist. And this is really important because you'll recall I told you that some of these energies in separation, the reason that they're guarding their heart space, is they've been hurt before by another person's false perspective on perfection, right? Because I almost see the energy that is like, and I keep on hearing this is why you can't, I keep on hearing you can't be whole, like you can't feel like you're perfect as you're moving towards a manifestation goal, right? Because you have to understand, like moving towards a manifestation goal is always the amplification and the articulation point of understanding and recognizing that there's always something more to learn, right? And often I keep on seeing like I keep on getting our energetic refusal, right? Often in those spaces, right? Like and that's what I keep on getting. Like I almost see somebody talking to another person in separation about a past relationship and trying to articulate the fact of trying to do everything to help facilitate a relationship moving in the right direction, but not being able to do so because another person insisted that they were perfect, is what I keep on seeing. And that's why I keep on hearing often when another person thinks they're perfect, you can't get anywhere, right? Because it's like, be like, so we need to go here. This is all we need to do that. I'm willing to do this and you need to do that. And someone being like, okay, how about this? You do all that and I do nothing. Right? It's like, when you have those modalities of someone being like trying to portion out, like someone trying to portion out what that effort of change is, right? Like working towards that and being like, okay, here's the portion of change in terms of what needs to be adapted, right? And being able to come into that portionality. But I keep on seeing this is why the energy in separation is guarding their heart space, because they've been guarding their heart space upon the space by which another person was like, okay, cool, manifestation goal, we're going to start adapting. And another person being like, no. No, I'm perfect. You're the one that needs to do the work, is what I keep on seeing. So and I like, then that's what I mean about these moon relationships coming together, because they're facilitating being healthy mirrors. And I keep on getting the healthy mirror. The healthy mirror is the amplification or the articulation of being able to effectively, I keep on getting the space by which we understand that I keep on hearing it's not too much to ask if it's energetically reciprocal. And so I feel like there's almost like the space by which they're articulating upon that past with one another to see that history of energetic reciprocity. Now, this brings us to the energy. I keep on getting the energy that is, how do we describe this? The energy that's coming into divine union right now, those temperance relationships. The thing we were seeing with those temperance relationships, this is heavy. This is some heavy stuff, man. Like, this is some super heavy stuff that I'm seeing. And the reason I'm seeing that it's energetically heavy is because I keep on seeing this energy that wants to do something about something. They're like, I want to do something about it. Right? And I feel like I see this energy, like they're walking. I wouldn't be surprised if they're walking it out. Like they're finding some place to channel it, because something about them getting the full picture of what counterpart had to go through, right? Like the full scope. I keep on hearing they're navigating the volatility of the full scope. Can I get clarification between our death card in combination with our 5 of cups and its upright? Oh. And it's having a different impact on masculine and feminine energy, bearing in mind it's not based on gender, but what one feels most aligned to. So why are we seeing a lot of those relationships working into the space of navigating the full scope of something? Because something I just keep on seeing in relationality to that work, that observation or that recognition point, the best way I can describe it is, and I feel like it's the difference between masculine and feminine energy, bearing in mind this is not based on gender, but what one feels most aligned to. For masculine energy, I keep on seeing a situation or circumstance where masculine is looking upon some kind of experience in the past where they feel that feminine was being energetically dishonored, is what I keep on seeing. There's something I keep on hearing. There's something about that, and I keep on getting, and that's what's so hard for a lot of the masculine energy, because I keep on seeing that for the feminine, like the masculine doing that work. And I keep on getting, like, feeling like they're having the full, like they're building into, and I told you, these temperance relationships, very strong foundations. And then having those modalities or experiences where the masculine is looking back upon a past of the feminine where they feel like the feminine was not honored in the same fashion by which they themselves honor it. I keep on hearing the masculine that wants to energetically do something about it. But I keep on seeing the masculine going through that Neptunian lesson that says, if you touch the past, that the feminine is healed from, the past becomes the present. It's no longer the past being healed from. It's now active in the experience of the feminine. And so this is why I keep on getting that this is a very empathetic time for masculine, because masculine is working on holding the energetic sanctuary of the feminine in relationality to how they've energetically worked to heal or to clarify through something. So I keep on seeing, like, working through that. It's difficult, it's painful, but it's also energetically reaffirming. Now, for the energy of the feminine doing that same work, feminine energy, I just keep on seeing the feminine energy is building upon or basing upon the I keep on hearing the spaces by which the feminine is looking back on the past of the masculine and feeling like the masculine was taken energetically for granted. Again, bearing in mind this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. And so and what's interesting about this is I keep on seeing this is happening on both modalities. This is happening in both ways. I see both of these energies working through that and feeling that vibration of frustration, but then holding space for one another. I just keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work, I keep on hearing for a lot of the energy doing that work, it's about, like, it's stabilizing and it's energetically reaffirming. But at the same time, like, that point of stabilization is almost being articulated upon the energy that is, I keep on hearing, they're holding space for the energetic choices that allow the energy to feel like they have healed from something. Now, this brings us to the energy deep within Divine Union right now. Clarification between our Three of Swords, our Devil card, and our Nine of Pentacles in its reversal. We've got here the Seven of Pentacles in its upright. So let's talk a little bit about this Seven of Pentacles, because the thing I keep on seeing with the Seven of Pentacles right now, it has to do with building into the context of patience. And the thing I keep on seeing in relationality to that work or building into the space of patience is, and this has to do with the energy, those magician partnerships that are deep within Divine Union right now. There's a frustration point here. Like, I keep on seeing that they're giving something to time, but they're also, like, working through their own frustration, because I almost see the energy that articulates or expounds upon the fact that they need some time to energetically navigate through something. I keep on hearing something that's happening outside of partnership that is creating, I keep on hearing, navigating through something that is outside of partnership that is hurting them to see. It's the same, I keep on getting, it's the same modality or experience of another articulating and identifying what that shape of work is, or what that adaptability point is, or what that space is by which another is working on trying to heal. And so everything I keep on seeing about this is, and I just keep on hearing the same thing, like the nine of Pentacles in combination with in reverse with the Seven of Pentacles in its upright, is the continuation of saying that when we find something that feels like it is healing for us, if we find something that feels like it's energetically supportive, that is the feeling that we expect to be energetically shared by those around us, is what I keep on seeing. It's the amplification of our happiness. I keep on hearing a joy should be shared. It's the energy that wants that joy to be energetically shared. And that's why I keep on seeing that if the energy doesn't feel, like if the energy is experiencing a moment that they've never been happier, but someone outside of partnership has never been worse, then it almost reaffirms the energetic commitment of the energy, knowing that they're moving in the right direction and hoping that the day comes that another person is able to recognize and identify that, I keep on hearing, centering in healthy partnership is a good thing. right? And often it's not the space by which you should elicit an energetic trigger. Now, continuing to get clarification between our Nine of Pentacles in its reversal in combination with our Five of Pentacles in its reversal, we've got here the Queen of Cups in its reversal. So we have to talk a little bit about this Queen of Cups in its reversal, because the Queen of Cups in its reversal, and this is what I mean about Neptune moving back into Pisces right now. It can bring a lot of emotions or a lot of feelings up in relationality to the past. Like it can, I keep wondering, it brings up a lot of emotionality. It can stir up a lot of emotions. But the thing I keep on seeing, and this is what we talk about in the space of working through Mercury and Mars both being in Scorpio, the feeling of the state of feeling emotionally stirred is often calibrated by how much we have changed. And so I keep on seeing that, and this is what I mean in relationality to these new relationships. And I keep on hearing the qualifying factor of these moon partnerships is they're not feeling stirred up by old sentiment, is what I keep on hearing. They're not feeling stirred up by old sentiment, which is the space by which I keep on hearing, the space by which we observe something within ourselves and we're able to energetically see it and we're able to articulate or expound upon it. But we don't allow the sentiment to distort our perception of things, is what I keep on seeing. And that there's something really, I keep wondering, there's something really profound about that, is what I'm observing. Because for a lot of the energy right now in separation, this is potentially, I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like there's some energy in separation that feels like they're going through a breakthrough in their healing journey. And I keep on hearing the breakthrough is not the fact that this energy, like again, retrograde cycles, they can bring a lot of feelings up from the past. But I just keep on seeing the energy that feels something like it's like it's I keep on hearing the difference between sentiment not being confused with direction, is what I keep on hearing. Not confusing sentiment with direction. Because I keep on hearing sometimes things that we're sentimental upon, we lack direction on, right? And so there's something about that that's almost like, I keep on hearing like these energies in separation, they have really good direction sense because they can recognize and identify what feels energetically productive versus what feels like it energetically triggers them, particularly and especially because trauma builds triggers in weird places. Continuing to get clarification between our Five of Pentacles in its reversal and our Queen of Pentacles in its upright. Woo, we've got the Eight of Swords in its upright. Now, we've got a lot of 8 energy on the table. Well, and not necessarily 8 energy, but we've got a 5 and a 3, which we started our reading with, and now we've got the 8 of Swords. And I'm going to just, like, the 3 spaces I'm seeing here, like, this is wild because the 3 spaces I'm seeing for the energy in separation right now, like, this is articulating upon the 3 different modalities by which I see the energy that is coming, like, either healing, building into, like, healthy, I keep wondering, building into healthy restorative situations, letting go of something that feels like it's emotionally triggering but not necessarily nourishing, versus being able to build into healthy partnership but with a healthy sense of cynicism. Because we keep on seeing the six of Pentacles that we have here is what we see, which feels productive, right? These are the conversations that are coming through in separation. I keep on hearing, like, how someone has grown, right? Like, it's almost like I keep on hearing, like, the evidence of another person's, like, healing process in the space by which I keep on hearing, I can see some energy articulating and saying to another, I understand now. I understand, like, I understand what the limitation was. I understand what the hurdle was. And so these are, I keep on hearing, they're nourishing conversations because they're articulating upon that force of change. What isn't happening is the energy, I keep on hearing, it's none of this remember energy, right? And that's the thing about it, like, energy that comes back, but doesn't necessarily, I keep on hearing non sequitur conversations someone just dropping in instead of addressing something. I keep on hearing like the space by which another person articulates remembrance. I keep on hearing remembrance isn't direction, right? Is what I keep on hearing. Remembrance isn't direction. So especially if these were situations or circumstances that were left in the midst of an abrupt conversation, I just keep on seeing that these energies are just like they're observing something, and they're feeling. I keep on saying they're feeling saddened by it, but they're also feeling energetically fortified. Whereas for these new relationships, this is that eight of swords I'm seeing. Do you see the trepidation by which these energies are coming towards each other? I told you. They are so guarded. But I keep on hearing they're guarded for good reason. They've been hurt before. They've been hurt before. I keep on hearing they've been hurt before by another. I keep on hearing they've been hurt before by another person's like difficult. I keep on hearing they've been hurt before by another person refusing to do their energetic shadow work. And I keep on seeing, and what is it like? What does it often mean when we're hurt before by another person not doing their shadow work? Someone being energetically snappy to us for no reason, like the space by which another person projects something onto us instead of being able to calibrate for something. And so that's why I keep on seeing that there's like, I keep on hearing in order to go forward, they need to go backwards, which is they're getting, I keep on hearing they're finding their footing in relationality to feeling energetically secured, in relationality to what another person articulates that they desire, versus the journey by which they've come to find one another. So I keep on seeing that there's something about that work, or something about articulating upon that experience or upon that history, that I keep on seeing that they're being fortified by the history because they're getting to know one another, and that the journey by which they're able to articulate upon trying to reach that manifestation goal, I keep on seeing it's a journey. I keep on hearing it's a journey. I keep on hearing it's not a journey of things, like it's not a journey of things constantly perpetually happening to them. It's a journey of them perpetually learning, is what I keep on seeing, right? It's like the lack of perfection that articulates the ability of another that's working to understand and do something in a better way. Now, continuing to get clarification between our Seven of Pentacles in combination with our Queen of Cups in its reversal. Ooh, we got the Four of Pentacles in its reversal. So what are we seeing right now with that Four of Pentacles? The Four of Pentacles in its reversal, you know, and I need to talk about this because these temperance relationships right now, I keep on seeing they're going through it. There's potentially a lot of volatility here. And I keep on getting the volatility isn't directed towards counterpart. It's directed towards the energetic nonsense that was predicated upon the past that a counterpart had to go through, is what I keep on seeing, right? Like I keep on getting, they're getting the full effect of the full story, or they're feeling a lot of the emotional. There's a lot of emotionality that they're potentially experiencing as it relates to the history of the counterpart. And I keep on seeing that ability of navigating that or experiencing or working through that, I just keep on seeing there's a lot of emotionality there. There's a lot of depth of feeling. And I keep on hearing, and that's what I meant about this energy. Like I keep on hearing, that's what I keep on getting about this energy. Building into, like talking about the intensity of feeling or meaning that they have for one another. And I keep on seeing like that force of meaning is compounded. I keep on hearing it's compounded upon like what it is that they're working to actively resolve or change. And I keep on seeing like I keep on hearing like a lot of the energy like working through that. I just keep on seeing it's like that intensification that's leading to expansion. Like I keep on hearing they're deepening into the space of empathy. Now, continuing to get clarification between our Queen of Cups and its reversal in combination with our Eight of Swords and its upright, we've got here the Seven of Swords in its reversal. So the Seven of Swords in its reversal, it's effectively, I keep on saying, it's effectively working through. The Seven of Swords in its reversal is effectively working through, and this is bringing us into those Saturn lessons that we talked about for the Magician partnerships. It's working through the full breadth of intensity in relationality to, I keep on hearing, like, understanding and recognizing the fact that they're going through a maturation process. Because a lot of that maturation process that we're energetically seeing there, I keep on getting, it feels like it's fortified. It feels like it is intense. It's building into, that sense of intention. But I keep on seeing, and I just keep on hearing, like, this is what I mean, like the process by which there's a Four of Pentacles here and that Seven of Swords in its reversal. Like, it's a continuation of another articulating upon the fact that they're working to resolve not just something that they're experiencing in the present, but how it's changing their perception of a past is what I keep on seeing, right? It's an auric cleansing because it's the clarity by which they're observing something. And I keep on hearing that the space by which they're able to energetically observe something is the space by which they're able to see and identify what it is that they're working to do better. And so I feel like that's the thing I keep on seeing that's happening. This is the catharsis that the energy within union is giving each other. I keep on hearing better, not bitter, right? They're giving someone, I keep on hearing they're giving another person the gift of proximity. And they themselves also need that proximity in order to heal from the recalibration of something that is having a deep impact on them, right? So I keep on hearing there's a lot of sensitivity there. There's a lot of potential old wounds that feel like they're being opened. But I keep on hearing they feel like they're positive wounds because they're supporting each other throughout them and they're articulating upon it. Final card for today's spread between our Four of Pentacles in its reversal in combination with our Seven of Swords in its reversal. Ooh, we got the 10. We've got the 10 of Swords in its reversal. So let's talk a little bit about this 10 of Swords in its reversal, because the 10 of Swords in its reversal effectively speaks to us about and this is what I mean. Like, this is what this is what we're talking about with all this scorpionic energy, because scorpionic energy often speaks to us about the process of transformation. It is the conversation in relationality to how much we have changed. And it's the space by which when we are maturing, right? When we're in a space of healthy maturation, then we respect, like we revere the change that we find within ourselves, right? It is, I keep on hearing, it is the calibration or the force of intention by which something becomes possible. And so I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy, doing that work, like the productive conversation upon the space by which one is changed, like that is the unification point with a lot of the energy moving through. I keep wondering, moving through these, like this experience, or moving through these modalities, because what it's effectively articulating upon is understanding. And I keep on getting the same like message, which is it's not about getting rid of our triggers. Like, our job is not to get rid of all of our triggers. We're supposed to have triggers about things, because triggers are the architecture that help us understand what is important to us, or what we are able to articulate upon. And if you're never not sure about whether a trigger is something that you would be best without or something that is important, it's having a conversation as to why it means so much to the self, right? Because that observation or that articulation as to why something has meaning recalibrates and fortifies healthy partnership. It's the space by which things begin. And when we honor those modalities, right, we have those healthy conversations, because they reaffirm our energetic commitment in relationality to what it is that we're working to do in the best way possible. And so everything I keep on seeing here, it's like navigating, and this is the problem, and this is why often we have a lot of energy in Scorpio and one has not been doing their shadow work effectively. It can also create a space of a lot of projections, right? It can create the space where it feels like things are very directed to the self. And I will stress this again. We've got Chiron and Eris that are both retrograding in close proximity to each other, which can often create the modalities of something coincidental happening and feeling like it's very energetically directed towards the self. So make sure that if you're navigating something like that, you're having a level of proportionality in relationality to what one is experiencing, because the ability to articulate and observe, right, something that is effectively triggering to us versus something that is energetically innocuous is often built upon or based upon our own energetic observations. So it takes, I keep wondering, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of, it can take a lot, it can create a little bit of like, I feel like, especially given the fact that we're going through such a prolonged retrograde period, it can sometimes create, like I keep on hearing, like the distortion effect of feeling like everything is much harder than it needs to be, right? And then at the same time, right, we've got a lot of that change by which the things are changing, which are the things that you would prefer not to change, right? The change is not in the spaces by which you would ideally desire the change to be. But I keep on hearing when we're feeling things are not moving in the direction that we aspire them to go in, and things are changing in the ways that we don't aspire them to change, we can ourselves identify and recognize what we're working to change within ourselves. We can embody the change that we hope to aspire and see in the world around us. Bottom of the deck on this reading, especially with the Page of Wands in its reversal, we identify with the Page of Wands in its reversal has to do with the space by like this type of energy can bring up a lot of inner child wounds and create a lot of those modalities or those experiences where we feel energetically triggered, or we feel we work towards the unhealed inner child. And I keep wondering, the unhealed inner child is often best articulated by feeling like things are happening to us rather than things that we can do things about, is what I keep on seeing. And I want to say, like, the space by which we articulate and identify that work, I keep on seeing it allows, I keep wondering, it allows for that proportionality by which we're not, I keep wondering, we don't over internalize upon things, but also I keep on hearing we don't over internalize upon others' projections in how we see us, because it's the space by which I keep on hearing when we are in a healthy space, we don't project, we ask questions, right? We don't articulate or amplify that force of insistence. We allow for the modality of experience by which we're able to do something more effectively. So everything I keep on seeing there, like I feel like it's giving me like I told you, like this type of energy and this new moon can be very beautiful, but it's like it's a beauty that is required in being able to honor the changes by which we're navigating and experiencing the world around us, right? So I feel like it's not just, it's like embrace the change of the self and embrace the journey of the self. And also I keep on hearing being respective of other people's healing journeys does not require one. I keep on hearing it doesn't require one to be in the space by which, I keep on getting, it's a continuation of saying love is honoring each other's choices. And when we honor each other's choices, and I keep on hearing the only time we don't honor each other's choices are the space by which we feel that those energetic choices are not healthy to the self, is what I keep on hearing. So that I keep on hearing, and I keep wondering if you're ever not sure about that, having that conversation in relationality to what is energetically healthy. And so I feel like that is the shape of a lot of the work that we're potentially seeing that's coming up right now. It's like I keep wondering, it's the question of the difference between what feels like it is nostalgic versus productive. And I keep on hearing returning back to things isn't healthy. Building into the present is. And that's why I kept on getting the message that was saying, remember, closure is an illusion. We don't find closure by going back to things. We find closure by finding joy in the present. Closure is found here, not back there. And I keep on saying, but sometimes the emotions don't know that, especially when they're feeling triggered and they want to go back to things instead of building into the context of where we find ourselves. So just make sure that you're working on that. And if you're feeling like this right now, make sure that you're firmly grounding. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and experiencing it. Just a reminder, if you'd like to book a private reading with me, it is a 2-step process. You have to book the reading, you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you'd like to have that reading. Please also remember that I will never, ever, 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 ever reach out to you for a private reading. I will never DM you. I will never PM you. I will never slide into your inbox and tell you that I have a very important message that only I can deliver. The only way you can book a reading with me is if you book one on my website, so I encourage you to do it there. A couple of updates before we move into our personal readings today. First and foremost, thank you to everyone who attended our recent class on the moon card. Our next class will be held on Wednesday, November 13th. 19th at 6 p.m. Thursday, November 19th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the Sun card. If you would like to become a part of that tarot class program, all you need to do is head on over to my stack and become a paid subscriber. Your paid subscription to my stack is your ticket of entry into our live classes each and every month. You will also, as a monthly subscriber, have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library Class Archive. Now, it's not necessary to catch up. I'll do my best to give you an update on everything we've studied prior to beginning that next class, but the materials are there for you to receive as you're ready to receive them. And if you become a founding member to my stack, not only will you receive a discount on the whole year's worth of classes, you will also receive a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me, where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your advantage, moving towards your tarot goals going forward. One of the things I tried to do in these classes was make them accessible to both the absolute novice tarot reader as well as the seasoned reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining us in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my stack, I would encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my weekly newsletter there, which will let you know about my in-person events as well as my online live schedule. You'll also be notified as to any of my Mystic Meditation articles. I'll be releasing one this evening on navigating this new moon we've got coming up. I also want to let you guys know that on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. These are for any of my students that are seeking a more personalized educational experience with me. I take a very limited number of students for this reason, as those classes are focused on each individual's personal spiritual goals and journey work. Those classes can be purchased on an individual level or as a monthly class series, weekly or bi-weekly, as your schedule permits. Also, for my students seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, again, weekly or bi-weekly, as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey. I'm also very happy to now offer dream interpretation readings, which you can purchase per dream or as a series. If you purchase the series, I would encourage you to start to keep a dream journal, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming towards you in the dream space. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages, and we will do this again tomorrow.